Testing, 1, 2, 3. There we go. I could be streaming. Let's see here. Okay, welcome to ibgib. Just going to do a quick rundown of what we've done. There we go. Minigames. So the whole idea of the ibgib for learning is so you can actually get the volume of throughput that you need to get to become fluent, right? So everything that you have right now is like Duolingo and those sorts of things. They don't get throughput. So the best you're going to be able to learn is a small amount of text. So we want to improve that. Plus, we're going to be using the agent-based system for the learning, for helping us create dynamic, sort of like dynamic flashcard sets, right? So, but first, real quick, before we get to that, some just ibgib stuff that's for ibgib.com that's now available. Is that you can go, any of these things is an ibgib, right? Right now we're in the YouTube content project, right? So when you say new project and then you talk to the agent, I have some videos on that, or a video on that. But you know, you have an ibgib that represents this project. One of the things, let's see here. One of the things here is the raw component view. So these two things right here, this is what I call a view bar or a lens bar, whichever one you want to think of. And we can see the raw ibgib. So this thing is an ibgib. No one knows what the hell an ibgib is, but an ibgib is like, it's kind of like one node in your Git graph or object graph. It's a way of storing data if you're not a technical person. But so we can look at the raw thing of seeing what an ibgib is now, and this is all fancy. This used to just be just this, you know, huge just amount of text. Just the raw JSON is what it used to be. But now we have, you know, at least a summary that has some things to make it easy to copy. Like I sometimes have to copy paste the address to get the agent back on track. But so we have some of this stuff right here. And plus notice again, as I went over before, like these colors, these are specific to this ibgib. If we go over here, it's going to have a different color scheme. That's specific to this ibgib. This thing is specific to the project ibgib. So the colors, these colors are specific to the ibgib's timeline. It gets, you know, it gets complicated. You can think of an ibgib as like, you know, different people or, you know, living biological things. And just like everyone has a fingerprint, or each biological thing has a unique DNA, this ibgib has a unique address, right? So this is part of the address and this is part of the address. And part of the address is what determines this color. So basically it's kind of like you having your own, you know, if your aura has a color, then this is kind of the aura color of this ibgib. And that helps to where when we're over here talking to the agent, it helps, you know, oh, here's the same color. So I'm talking to the agent about this particular, or within this particular ibgib. Same thing with down here. This is where we enter the text. Notice this color green, it's the same. If we change these and we started talking down here, it would still be talking within this thing, this context. So if you have a question about that, ask the question in the comments. But so we've got a fancier raw JSON or raw ibgib view. And now if we go down here back to the text, this just shows the text property of the ibgib, right? So if we were to go over here and look at the raw, and we look at the data, it's going to have a text field. Here's the text field. That's what we're looking at when we hit this text button. You see that? Text, minigames and more. And then we click over here, minigames and more, right? So when we make a change to this, this turns into little dots. And we can minimize this. Now it's v44, version 44. So if we go back to the raw and say, this was changed, that's what I just typed in there. And it's got a new timestamp and stuff like that. Okay. So the raw view, what we were just looking at, has been updated. Now, like right now, I can talk to Bart. Let's talk to Bart a little bit. So Bart is the agent specific for this project, and this project is I don't know if you can see that, if it's big enough, a project to produce video content about the ibgib website and protocol, initially for YouTube, right? So there it is. That's the description of this ibgib. So we can go down here, say, hey Bart, we're live again. I'd like to create a new theme specific to this YouTube project. What colors do you think make sense for YouTube? Red and something? Right? And so we can maximize this. It sort of maximizes. So, hey Bill, great to be back. If we're going in for a YouTube themed aesthetic, red is definitely a key color. For a complementary color here, a few options to consider: white, light gray, black. Let's go with a dark theme. So I said, let's do the YouTube dark theme. So go ahead and do the main colors for that. So right now, the agent, Bart, is the name that he gave himself. Bartholomew. He just changed the background. Oh, he's going to tell us. He changed the base background, the border, the text colors. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's dark with white text, basically. Border and text colors. And then he updated the button and input related colors. Now the input now is still related to just the timeline's aura color, right? Okay, do the scroll bar. Do the scroll bars. So these are all driven by the OC here. He changed these to dark. These tabs to darker. Puppies. Good girls. Okay, good girls. Let's do red for the tab colors. For some reason, he's responding multiple times. I'm not sure what's up with that. There we go. So tab. I'm not sure why he's responding twice. There we go. Okay, so now, you know what? I'm going to go ahead, since he's responding more than once, and that's a new thing for me. I haven't seen that. I'm going to hit reload. Now here's the persistent part. So remember, it's a new thing in here that is persistent. So I just reloaded. It reloaded the theme for this one. The side panel backgrounds and the hyperlink colors. Visited, visited. So he did the side panels, and now the visited links are a little dark. I'm talking about these. They're purple. There we go. All right. So, oh, I didn't even notice. Great. Now I'm using Vivaldi, and it doesn't like to do the scroll bar quite correctly, the colors. But it does do this one. It does do the scroll bar itself. Right. So there we go. And then one more thing, because I'm, you know, fabulous. Right. So this is what I'm talking about. We'll see if he changes these. Okay. I'm just, you know. There we go. So now, when we come here and we see, you know, the red stuff, we'll know that's our dark YouTube theme. Okay, and here I'll say, great. It looks good. Oh, you know, I didn't change. The We'll see which one he picks for which. This is the color for these things over here. Like this button. There we go. So we gave He gave the robot, he gave himself the red and the user the other one. So that's cool. Super job, Bart. Go ahead and tell me the colors now with those additions, and we'll be through for now. Right? So now, whenever I come back to this project, I can just ask him to reload that. Okay. So that's pretty cool, right? I mean, you get dynamic theming by the agent, and it persists. It's really a hacky way of persisting it. Well, not really a hacky way for most people, but it's not integrated into the ibgib stuff yet. So once we integrate ibgib stuff, you'll be able to publish, your theme to some common space, kind of like how GitHub acts as the global space for Git DLTs, for Git projects, for Git repos. So we've done these two. One more thing is we can actually now, we can't import it, but we can export either the project. We can copy the project tab. We can export the project. We can export the project zipped. Import doesn't work. I don't even know why that's there. I forgot I didn't take that off. But anyway, so, and then we can also copy the project address, export the project, export the active tab. So this is our project, right? The very first tab. And up here is once we have more multiple projects open. And then this is like a child to that project. This is a part of the project. So you can think of this as being sort of like both folder and file underneath, if you think of this as a folder. But as you can see, it has internal data, intrinsic data. So it's both. These ibgibs are like both files and folders. And it's a mind-blowing experience. You think of them as versioned file plus folders. And it's a whole different, it opens up a whole new paradigm for collaboration. But in the short term, the cool thing is that now I can go and I can say, I'm on the next video, so I can say export the active tab, and then it creates an ibgib that has that's basically one gigantic text file of all of the dependencies that this ibgib has. So we'll just save it. What the hell? So this project, or sorry, this tab alone is almost 4 megs. Right now, the ibgib protocol, it is not space efficient. There are ways of making it space efficient, but I don't have time to do those. That's what funding is for. Okay, so what did we just do? So here's the thing we just did. What's it going to open in? Where is it going to open it? Okay, it opens it in VS Code. So this is just a gigantic file, a 4 megabyte file. No, it's not a Docker. Of the entire dependency graph of all the nodes. It's kind of like if you go to Git and you clone a repo, right? What that actually does is if you go to GitHub and you clone the repo, what it actually does, it does it lazily, but you're essentially downloading the entire dependency graph of the Git object database, and you're also getting some initial Git configuration that's not in the Git object database. But so this has everything, all of the related nodes on the dependency graph. It's kind of like downloading the entire blockchain from some point. So this has the entire editing history. If we go way down here, so this is what, you know, this is a past version of the text of that. You know, who knows all the stuff that's in here, right? But so now you can export. So basically you can back up your data here. I don't have it importing yet. And that is because it's non-trivial, right, to import. I can do a simple import that just overwrites. That's kind of like a rebase in Git, where you just say, just start from this point. I don't care anything else. Right here is the head. Here's the reference. And that basically is what this does also, would do also if I just did that kind of import. But anyway, I'm just delaying the importing part until I need it personally, or until somebody else tells me that they need it. But since no one else is using this, I don't have to worry about that. We can also zip that thing that we just downloaded. So if we do the same thing and we say active tab using gzip, so instead of 4 megabytes, it's now under 1 megabyte. So we go open up that. But if we look at it up, oh, and here notice the name of it is the ibgib address. So this has the built-in verification, like the cryptographic integrity for it. So it's not just a naive SHA 256 hash. It actually hashes each individual piece, the ib, the data, and the relations. It normalizes it, and then hashes each one, and then hashes the concatenation of the string. So anyway, but the point is that if you have your ibgib library local, when you go to import this, it can verify already that that was the correct thing, right? That's one of the DLT advantages of using, these kind of cryptographic addresses, the Merkle links. But anyway, so now, this is the file name, gzip. So now instead of being able to read all that other stuff we could read, right? You could see there was a bunch of, let me just open it up. So in the other one, in the raw one, you can read all this stuff. But the gzip one, you can't. It's just zipped. It's not encrypted. I haven't implemented any encryption or anything. But it's not human readable, easily human readable. Okay. So we're going over that stuff. Let's get back to the neat things, the mini games, right? So notice we'll do Italian. Okay, so to get the throughput and to get things that are interesting is that you should be able to choose what you want to learn when you learn a language, right? You don't want to just learn abstract things. Hello, how are you? My name is blah, blah, blah. I mean, maybe if you're going over there, you want to learn that, but Really, what usually happens is you see, oh, you see something in some language, you're like, oh, I want to learn that. I want to learn that thing. Or maybe you already understand the basics. You've already gone through the hello, my name is, and you want to increase your vocabulary. Well, this is how we can do it. We can do it by playing these mini games. And so here we'll just go through. Oh, well, first of all, we'll say, hi, Isabelle. We're streaming just to be polite there. What was I going to say? I don't remember if I've oh, usually I speak with Isabelle in Italian, in bad Italian. So streaming on YouTube, how exciting! For many views, the theme of Italian. I don't believe we've created a specific one first. We could be inspired by the Italian flag. I'm reading over here, by the way. The Italian flag, the blue sky of the song Volare. Volare is the song that I'm using as the first source. Or maybe the colors, the warm colors of Tuscany. Which idea do I like? I'll say, oh, let me switch over to my Italian keyboard. Mi piace la bandiera italiana. And then Isabelle will. So perfect. All right. I thought of applying the colors of the Italian flag in this way. Basic colors. The basic principle of white, or foundational principle of white, or a cream, very clear for a touch of warmth. Text is basically black for contrast and legibility. Accents, links, buttons, verde and red, green and red, used sparsely to not overload. I don't know what tenue means. Intestazione grosso tenue. Tenue. Vuol dire tenue. Tenue. So lateral stripes of green, tenue. Tenue is reading, delicate, not intense. Oh, okay. In this context, means that we'll use a green and red clear, not colors, too exciting or brilliant or bright. Oh, that sounds good. Bad Italian. Oh, streaming bad Italian here. There we go. So Isabella adesso, she's changing the colors. She changed it to the white, the backgrounds. Stato, she placed the color of the base, text and the links. Contenuti. Continuati. Per favore. I think that's what that means. That's what this is for, though. So the idea is that all this text is being tracked. Oh, we're tracking. Of course, all of this just lives on my computer. I haven't published any of this. This is kind of like working with your local Git repo, right? Your local Git repo is local until you publish it to a service like GitHub, which is good in that it's private, but it's bad in that it's not available. It's not necessarily, backed up. Okay, so she did the colors of the buttons. Oh, that's cool. Oh, bellissima. I bottoni sono bianchi con I colori italiani per la border. Oh, confina. La confina. Ho bisogno, because it's hard to read here. I know y'all can't read this down here. I can hardly read this. Ho bisogno da fare I colori per input background. I put it in quotes if I say it in English. Adesso il testo è bianco e anche è il color background. So I'm just telling her I can't see the text that I'm typing. And this is called the input area. Oh, she just changed the text to black. Let's see. Grazie. Let's see, what else do we want here? So, but our YouTube had this red background, and even though red is on the flag, the Italian flag, right? Facciamo verde per active tab border. Rosso per inactive. Oh, inattivata. Inattivata. She's asking here, by the way, There's the input. Now, can you see the text? Do you want to change the other stuff? And so, yeah, now I'm telling her to do the background, or sorry, the tabs. Now, to say enter, I hit Control Enter, just so you know. That's how I can just submit it. And I need to get a drink of water real quick. Okay. So now, there we go. Brava. What I was saying is that this conversation is being tracked. It's all in your repo, basically. In fact, we can look. If we scroll over to the left, the very first one's always the project. See, these are the same, right? They're both this. They have the aura of this light blue. Right. We go to summary. This is the project Italian language learning. But if we go over here to relations, there's comment. And here is Isabella and my conversation. So comment is what's driving most of the stuff over here. So if we scroll all the way down here, we'll see the most recent stuff. And then fatto il testo nel tab AI. Fatto il testo nel tab dovre. Oh, yeah. So this comment is this thing over here. This is just the view. This whole thing is just a view into our project. It's a different view of the same thing. And that's one of the awesome things about the ibgib protocol. All of these things, they're like micro front ends, right? For this grand DLT that's driving all of the data. Oh gosh. So about ready to stop here before we play a mini game. Okay. So that's bellissima. Andiamo a giocare a minigames. Minigiochi. Gioco. Un minigioco. Right? So here's some of the ones we've already done. Sometimes she still translates into English for me. I'm not sure why. Italian is one of the languages I know more of, so I can speak and sort of read it a little bit better than a lot of ones. And whenever you're learning a language, what you want to do is be able to think in the language, right? So you want to not revert to English. Like I shouldn't even be talking to you in English basically right now. But so let me say quale. I don't know, it's that one word. Gioco prossimo. Abbiamo fatto la canzone intera. Già? Già? So I'm saying, what's the next game? Have we already done the entire song? Maybe next time I'll do a different language that I actually speak English with a Sì, we completed a minigame with the entire song Volare. Vuoi farne un altro con la stessa canzone? So do I want to do the same with the same song, another one with the same song, and perhaps focus on the words or specific words or phrases, or do you want to try something di nuovo, something new? Di nuovo. Ovviamente. JK non è ovviamente. I said new, of course, and then I said just kidding, not it's not obvious. There was an Italian song. This is one of the great things with agents, right? I don't have to go search for it. I can just ask the agent right here. Qual è la canzone? La canzone con i testi tu fa americano. Tu fa americano. Ma tu nato in Italy. So we'll go back over here, maximize this. I could have just searched for that. Ma canzone che cerca italiano di sfera e basta. So he's saying the song is called, that I'm looking for is called Italian. Vuoi che prepari il minigioco con queste canzoni? Sì. Alright. Sì. Grazie. Vuoi fare questa canzone? It is canzone. Questa canzone. Canzone is usually plural, but questa canzone. Già. Oh. So I'm asking if they can just go ahead and do the song, or they need something from me. Tu fa americano, americano, americano. Ma sì. So she's saying to create the game, I'm going to need to give her the text, the lyrics. So Italiano. What she say his name was? Sfera e basta. We'll just say e basta. E basta. Oh, I changed over to this. Let's see if they're even right. You know, we'll just go to Google. It could be tu vuoi fare l'americano. Maybe they were hallucinating. Tu vuoi fare americano. Yeah, so napolitano, so someone born in America. So So we're going to copy this here. Looks like it's copied over there. So this is the only other one I know. Macinato in Italy. So we'll see if that's correct. I don't know if that's correct, but so with ibgib, what we should be able to do is someone else, these people should produce this from an API, and we should be able to give them credit in our DLT and not have to go through this process. And so we would have, and then we'd be able to pay them in like some kind of Bitcoin or, you know, whatever the token is. Eventually, probably they'll make a token on top of ibgib because it has an underlying DLT. But we'll go back over here and say, non era, it wasn't Svera y basta. Pero, I don't know if that's right. Renato Caro. It wasn't right. At least they have that thing blurred out or whatever. Renato Carozone. Ecco il testo. Whiskey soda rock and roll is something else that comes. Whiskey soda rock and roll. Whiskey soda. This one doesn't have a very good. Did it not copy all of it? Oh. You know what? I'm gonna go over here. See, does Vivaldi have? No. Not a very good one. Oh, there we go. Whiskey soda rock and roll. So the song's about an Italian who acts like he's an American. You know, it's just sort of a fun song. Now, since we caught him hallucinating, we'll see how Isabelle or Isabella, how she responds to this. Probably gonna apologize. They always apologize. Oh, she didn't. Okay, so d'accordo, per favore, solito, solito, strofo, strofa, strofo, strofa, la strofa prima. Paro. Solo, solito, solitamente, da solo. It's hard to remember. Solamente. And so, so our entire conversation, and so I'm working right now on analyzing the stuff in order to give what's called TF-IDF. So we already got a, or I plus Gemini, I've already got a TF-IDF engine in place. And we actually, that stands for term frequency inverse document frequency, which is technical stuff for, it tells you how important words are. How long are we? So we're at 51 minutes. So anyway, so the point is that we should be able to analyze all the text and then have an agent use tools to say, oh, well, the person knows how to use the present tense in this word, but they screw up the past tense. So, you know, we'll earmark that for some future lesson. And so this whole thing is like this emerging, you know, dynamic lessons based on text that you want to learn. And so, but what do we have right now? Right now, we have what you're seeing right here. I'm able to, so right now, she starts a song, and then she adds the lines and all the flashcards, right? The flashcard-like things, which are called stimulus, is more like sort of general term for it. And then she says, here it is, or there it is, ready to play. And so I'm going to say, si, pronto. Yeah, I'm ready. So she's going to verify and then it's going to show up here. Oh, she already did it. So she just did simple single words, right? So I don't know what any of these words mean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I could ask her what they mean, but I'm just going to go, oh, you know, I can just go down to Google Translate. These are the lyrics from Volare. We're just going to paste it in here. And so, puerta, this is in right, stemma. Shit, none of this seems right. What did I tell her? Did she, are those the lyrics? Puerta, e casune, stemma, areto. So let's just see what they mean in context. So this is a way that they say it's a house with an Areto coat of arms. Oh, okay. So Areto, I'm guessing, is Areto in Napoli. I gotta change that back to Google. So I'm not sure what that means. This is just part of the fun of learning a language. Areto coat of arms. A cup with a raised visor. you know, I can do a keyboard. I do a I have this Italian as one of the languages in Windows. And so here's the Italian keyboard on screen so I can see what all the special characters are. So it was doing, oh, that's con una. So that's what this is, con una. A bell rings through Tuleto. Major street in Naples. Oh, right. Naples is how you say it in English. I was hearing soccer, Napoli all the time. And that's what it is in the song. So he's saying, you know, so this is a place in Naples. So he's saying, but well, let's just type it. Let's just type it because I got to get going here. So we'll just start it. You'll see the process. So here's the mini game that she made. Here's all the stimuli. Playable. This is just, you know, early days. So the idea is you just type it. Right now, we're just doing typing, so we're just getting used to these. Kazune. Stemma, we saw that means comes from Areto. Now, right now, I'm just doing enter to send, right? It tells you shift enter for a new line. Cupolella. Visiera, that means visor, we saw that. Aizata. Passa, that's a step. Scampan. Campaniano. Tuletto. Come. Guapo. Fa. Guarda. Guarda. You will see. Guarda. Okay, so this is just raw stuff right now. This is that TF IDF stuff that I was talking about. If you want, you can copy paste it in there. It's not really useful right now. That's a work in progress to see the stats. But the important part is that, you know, now I've gone through and at least I've learned just an initial pass through of that's what happens when we hit the maximize button. I've gone through at least just some of the words. Like I didn't even know it was to wolfa. I forgot that. It's actually wol, to wol. No, to wol. You want. I guess that's the to version of wole. Le wole, to wol. So, see, I'm learning. And then fa. I'm not sure why fa is just fa. I can ask them, but I'm trying to wrap this up. And then l'americano. So you want to be an American, or you want to act like you're American. So anyway, so if we hit next here, we can go to and it's, oh, this is the last mini game. We want to go to the first one. Yes, load the first one. And then we'd restart. I need to make it to where I can just do this with the keyboard. So here's back. This is a different song. This is one of the ones I've already done. So here's volare. And so we can do volare. So sogno che dipinto di blu. So that means painted with blue. Cielo azzurro. Blue sky. Felice di volare. Happy to fly. Volare nel cielo. Fly in the sky. Alto nel blu. High in the blue. Occhi che ridono. Eyes that laugh. Cielo infinito. I would not normally say the English. I'm doing that for y'all. Stars that shine. So this is not from Volare. This is because I told the agent to include meta vocabulary. And so we were talking about these sort of more advanced abstract concepts. And she put that in there instead of, you know, que cosa vuol dire or something, you know, simple stuff. Important context. That's contesto importante. Sogno is a dream. And then here's the individual words. I was trying to tell her, first do the words. Felice, happy, volare, fly. First do the words, and then do the phrases with those words. So you can come up with whatever you want to do with your agents, but I happen to have very strong opinions about how to learn these, how to move from English to the foreign target language. I just haven't been able to do it yet. I'm not fluent in anything because I didn't have ibgib. But now that I have ibgib, I have a much more fruitful experience learning the stuff. So you can say next or repeat that one and take you back. And yeah, so that's what's already implemented right now. You'll need, when you first go, you'll need to have the Gemini API Key. And again, you can go to aistudio.google.com. And so what you do is you go here, you sign in with your, there's my email. That's where you can contact me for this one, or you can go to ibgib and contact me through there. You go here, you sign in with your Google stuff, and then you can go up here and say get API key. And then, you know, here's two of the ones that I have, you know, it's all free versions, project, here's whatever. So now you have 4 letters of each of my API keys. So anyway, so you just go in here and you'd say, you click on this, you'd copy it, and then you'd paste it in there. None of it, it doesn't phone home to anything for me or anything like that. You can see the code if you go to ibgib/blankgib. This is blankgib because the original idea of this, or one of the things you want to get to, is a completely dynamic UI or a completely dynamic UX that an agent builds. But it turned out that they're not quite far along enough in order to do that well enough, or at least not the way I was going about it, which is based on the canvas, HTML canvas. But it will be very soon. It will be very possible. But so anyway, blankgib. And then if you look at the code in here, if you notice, it has, not only does it have the dist distribution, it has the source. So if you go to source, here's the source. You can build it from source. If you contact me, I'll tell you how you can put this up on your own website. So you can host this exact same page on wherever you want. This is just hosted on Amazon, AWS, and just an S3 bucket with a distribution sitting on front of it. So this doesn't do anything to me. This is all locally stored. This is all lives in the IndexedDB in a pseudo file system on top of that. So if we go to IndexedDB, blankgib is all in here. These are the various local spaces. So a lot of those correspond to agents and blah, 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 technical details. But so, yeah. So that's right now, you can do that theming stuff, and you can learn anything. I only did foreign language here as an example. You can learn anything that you would learn from flashcards, and then you can talk with your agent about those things, and you can create new flashcard sets, new mini games. It's very, very cool, very useful. Yeah. So contact me if you want to learn more, or go to the website, check it out. All right, let's hope this streaming actually worked. Otherwise, it was just a big waste. Although I was learning Italian, so that was good. Anyway, have a good one. I'll see you next one.